I'm Avis Richards. I'm the executive producer of Lunch NYC. I'm also the founder of Bird's Nest Foundation, where we create media for nonprofit foundations and NGOs around the world, giving every nonprofit a voice.
You know, as a child, you take everything to heart. Everything is serious because you don't know any different.
I just wanted to thank you so much for donating your time and creativity to the Michael Bolton Charities. And their gift will continue to raise awareness for the work we do and continue.
It's not going to be politics that are going to change the way people live. It's going to be parents, kids, and community leaders and administrators that are going to make a difference.
It really allows organizations to get their message out into the world.
Thank you, Avis, for what you've done for my foundation.
The New York Says Thank You Foundation, and what our mission is to help rebuild communities around the United States every year on the 9/11 anniversary.
People who otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity to get the attention that they need in order to get their voices heard now have the opportunity to do so, and it's something that is of tremendous value, and we'll never forget that.
I'm Nicole Larry Parker.
I'm Gwen Lawrence.
I'm Dr. Maish Seibel.
I'm Katie Lee.
I'm College Football Hall of Famer Don McPherson.
I'm Chef Ann Thornton.
Welcome to Lunch NYC.
The show for healthy living and eating in New York City.
We're dedicated to showing you all the health-driven initiatives that make New York one of the best cities to live in.
What we try to do is make food that people can get access to.
We're at the Brooklyn Grange. It's a 40,000 square foot rooftop farm, and we're growing vegetables.
Apples and pears and peaches have fiber rich skin.
And now they can do it, having fun and eating healthy.
Today, we're going to take a trip around the world and stay within the 5 boroughs.
New York City's parks and what it has to offer are absolutely free.
Today, we're exploring sweets.
This is Circle Rules Football, and this is the New York City Championship match.
It's fairly simple. You can learn this game in 5 minutes, but it could take you a whole lifetime to be really good at it.
It's all about their imagination, so hence the Imagination Playground.
80% of community gardens are growing food. That's a lot.
I feel better when you just give it to the people.
Now, you're going to give me a full, honest opinion, right? No lies here.
No boo.
All right, there you go.
30 minutes a day, whether it's 15 minutes in the morning or 15 minutes at night, it's so important.
Grab each other's hands and very slowly come into a nice flat back.
And they're learning about food nutrition, but they're trying new foods, they're cooking, they're eating it.
I really want Zeppelin something. So far, I think it's really good.
I'm here in the Natural Gourmet Institute in Chelsea, and I'm gonna learn how to make some sushi.
Is this a burger?
Are you Italian?
No, not Italian.
Cocoa salads have nearly 8 times the antioxidants of strawberries.
I just got you chocolate for dinner. You owe me big time.
We want to make chocolate because it's the most delicious thing in the world.
Skyr is a strained Icelandic-style yogurt.
Tofu is the only non-animal source of complete protein.
Grass-fed beef, best beef burgers in the city, you already know.
I'm looking for the perfect apple.
Exercise keeps your body stronger.
I've had guests that were able to get a gluten-free beer and a gluten-free hot dog at a ball game.
It is so powerful that it's being used in terms of weapons development.
It's getting very, very hot right now.
Like, wow.
When the people can't get to the farm, you bring the farm to the people.
I really feel like I'm making a difference.
New York's community gardens make up less than 0.5% of the city, but a little goes a long way.
Farming Concrete came out of a survey that I did through Grow NYC and Green Thumb. The survey that we did covered almost half of the gardens in the city, and that we found that 80% of community gardens are growing food. That's a lot. That's really a lot considering how many gardens are in the shade. They're squished between buildings. You know, it's hard to grow food when you have a tiny, tiny little space and you have no sun. And because there wasn't any information to back it or to say, well, you know, how much is happening, it's really hard for the city to support it if they don't really know what's going on. Not only are community gardens growing food, but it's a civic engagement that doesn't happen anywhere else. More than 40% of the gardens that we surveyed are partnering with a school on some level. So you have community gardens that have food being produced, they have compost areas, they have rainwater harvesting systems, they have all of these educational tools for students in the city to learn about the environment and learn about sustainability, learn about food production, learning about the waste system, learning about the water system. It's all here in the garden. More than 2/3 of the gardens in New York City are composting, which is really, really incredible. That takes an enormous amount out of the waste stream. And a good number of those, about more than 20 gardens of all different sizes, will accept food from, or organic waste from the public. You know, community gardens do reduce the urban heat island effect, which is the phenomenon that happens in that cities are warmer than the surrounding areas because there's so much asphalt and concrete everywhere.
When we first got started, well, I was looking from my window. It was the seniors from Tremont Center over there. They came in and they were doing flowers. And then I kept noticing that there was a vacant box over there. And I said, well, I'm going to take me a box and start planting. We all got in, we built our boxes, and we started planting. All the girls from the office started working. They made the lawn. We got the children from the school, Tremont Center there, and they came and they just stopped in the seeds, got a beautiful lawn. These are roses were donated by Botanical Garden. There's a peach tree. The seniors donated this tree. Somebody donated 350 cobblestone. This is the children from the school there at Tremont. This is their box. Believe it or not, some of the kids don't know. They come from the daycare center. The teacher would bring them. They don't know when they go to the supermarket whether cabbage or lettuce or what. They don't know the difference. So you walk them through everything, and they just love it. This is zucchini. I think this is broccoli. These are bell peppers. This is basil. These are mint. They come back every year. It smells good. You smell it? But all together, I got like 15 pounds of tomato from this and take it to the garden, to the farmer's market. You like figs?
I love figs.
Oh, come. Look at this. These are the ripe ones, the dark ones. All those are ripe. I would like to, like a lot of like corn and more food for the people to come and just, give them. When they ask you, they say, well, I don't have it, just give it to the people. You know, when they walk around, could I have a tomato? No, you can have more than one. You can have a few. I love to see that you be able to give, not, always taking, because I feel better when you just give it to the people.
Community gardens are meeting spaces where you might not otherwise have space to meet. They're spaces for parties, for barbecues, just for all sorts of social gatherings. Everyone knows community gardens are enormously valuable, but having numbers to back that is really important.
We've seen urban farming work on the small scale and even the micro scale, but in a place as big and commercially driven as New York, can city-grown produce be a viable source of commerce? At the Brooklyn Grange Farm in Long Island City, farmer Ben Flanner and his staff are trying to answer those questions one customer at a time.
We're at the Brooklyn Grange. It's a 40,000 square foot rooftop farm. It's in Long Island City, Queens. And you can see we've covered an entire roof with a green roof system and over 1 million pounds of soil, and we're growing vegetables. It's utilizing unused space where the sun would just be normally beating down on an empty tar roof, and it just makes sense to grow fresh vegetables and get them distributed in the community with almost zero transportation or engine miles. We installed the farm in mid to late May 2010, and from then it was a scramble to start getting in all of our tomatoes and eggplants and peppers and salad greens. The criteria for a large farm on a green roof like this is a strong roof and solid drainage system. There's a lot of buildings that are feasible for such a project. This is a special lightweight soil. It's a mixture of compost and lightweight stones, porous stones. All these are tomatoes, as you can see, different types of heirlooms, different ages, different styles. Swiss chard, which we've just begun picking a little bit more intensively as the fall's coming in. These are mustard greens. It's a spicy salad mix. Lots of kale, basil. And running a farm like this takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort and hands, and you really have to focus on being as efficient as possible, being smart as possible about where you plant crops, like proximity to each other, the timing of them.
It's the first time that anything on this scale has been done, so it's really figuring everything out for the first time, just trying to do it with grace. It's putting people in touch with, with where things really come from. I would like to peer over the edge here and see a garden on roofs all around, and really for it to stimulate a new cyclical economy.
On Sundays, we have a big market at Roberta's in the backyard in Bushwick. We started talking about what we might be able to do in the future to really continue to grow the vision and start some more farms.
We have great relationships with our farmers, and I think that adds a lot to the experience of working here. And then people who come and eat here, they might just be coming in for the pizza or because they read about us in the Times or in some dining calendar, and they end up learning something about urban agriculture.
We're here at Roberta's in Bushwick, Brooklyn at 261 Moore Street. Here's our market. We have cherry tomatoes, big blend of heirloom tomatoes, spicy peppers, sweet peppers, guitar music. You were looking for heirlooms, right? I thought I heard you say that. Cool. Those are good ones. People like both the quality and also the fact that it's grown so close with so little transportation. They know us, they get to see the farmers, they know we picked everything.
The community loves it, we love it, and we get a lot of positive feedback from the community, from the city as a whole. It's all about choosing the highest quality food that has the least environmental impact, given our resources. People think of New York as being a dirty place. There's a lot of soot, there's acid rain, there's a lot of filth in this city, and they think it contaminates the food. In my experience, that hasn't been an issue at all. I grow food in my backyard here in Brooklyn. I grow food at Roberta's and on the roof in Brooklyn Grange, and it's all delicious, it's all healthy.
People are supporting us because they realize that for us to really make a significant impact, we need to create more of these. The plan for Brooklyn Grange is to continue to prove that this works and demonstrate that we can earn a living off of, and pay some rent and exist on its own 2 feet on a large urban farm, and then to continue looking for other farms in any borough, anywhere we can put them.
Hey guys, I'm Josh Lay with Lunch NYC. You've got to take a look at some urban farming, but now I want to see if some savvy New Yorkers can recognize the taste of some produce that's grown right under their noses. Let's find out. Hey, what's going on, guys? How are you?
Good.
What's your name?
Julie.
Julie and?
Alvin, like the
Chipmunks. Alvin like the Chipmunks. I was gonna say, I've seen your movies. I like your work. What's your names?
Jason.
Jason and? Kalia. Kalia, nice to meet you. Where are you from, Errol?
I'm from New York City.
Okay. Where are you all from?
New York.
New York. New York, okay. Where are you from?
We're just south of London in England.
South of London?
Yeah.
You didn't walk here, did you? You know your food, right? You know where it's grown and all that good stuff, right?
A little bit.
Okay, well, I'm gonna...
You don't get a stomach like
well,
this without knowing food.
Well, we're actually out here to do a survey of where New Yorkers' food comes from. We've got some fresh melon here. Just give that a taste. Take a little test right here, see what you think.
She took the biggest bit.
I know, I saw that.
That's delicious.
Gorgeous.
Is it good? It's excellent?
Yeah, really.
Okay.
Juicy.
Pretty juicy, really sweet, right? Now just go ahead and let that, it's gonna be juicy, it's gonna be nice.
That's nice, yeah.
Really nice?
Really
Nice
nice.
and juicy.
Tastes like old-fashioned tomatoes.
Ah, tomatoes. Just good old apple. Like, what are you thinking?
Delicious.
Delicious, right?
A bit like Bramley's. Braeburns.
Braeburns, kind of like sideburns, right?
Similar, yeah.
Similar, yeah. We get a lot of food in New York. You know, and we're all about fresh food, but where's this stuff coming from?
You probably have to go out of the town.
Like, yeah, get them out of town.
In the country and find
Right.
The size of China.
We got China apples here.
The farmer's market that way, and there's
a
Whole Foods that way, there's Fairway.
The size looks like it might be from here.
The size, okay.
They put, you know, whatever they put in it.
Pump it full of steroids.
Because a lot of people go out to the Hamptons, they come back and they bring back tomatoes.
Right. So yeah, exactly. So you got Hamptons, Long Island, right? So we got a steroid melon, China apple. What if I told you that they're grown right here in New York City?
Really?
Yeah.
Grown in the city?
Grown in the city.
I think you're pulling my leg.
You think there's no steroids pumped into anything. And it was actually not from China, it's from New York City, right here.
So this apple is from the community garden here in New York City?
Yeah, here in New York, everything. I'm not pulling your leg. I'm not a liar, Jason. This stuff came from New York City. There's over 600 community gardens in the city.
This is grown here in the gardens?
Right here. Because New York is an island, and because of the island effect, the temperatures can remain higher longer, so we can get juicy melons like these right here in the city.
And Bette Midler?
Bette Midler?
She sponsors a lot of gardens around New York City.
And actually, I don't know if you're familiar with Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, a famous rapper, but he actually has his own garden out in Jamaica, Queens. He's got pear trees, he's got apple trees, cherry trees.
Can we buy them in the city?
You can buy them in the city.
Where?
You just got to go online and community gardens, and there's over 600. You can sign up. You can have your allotment for free, and it's a good way to get involved in the community. New York City, all the produce you need right here. We don't ever have to leave. We have England's seal of approval. We're going international, guys. It's an awe, right? We can't. It's so much we can't even comprehend what's happening in here. Go spread the word from some community gardens.
All right.
All righty, guys. Errol. There you have it. All the fresh produce you need, grown right here in New York City. New Yorkers are ready for it. The question is, are you?
The Northeast is full of sustainable farms, fishing, and other great sources of fresh food. But for many New Yorkers, traveling to the food can be difficult. But Holton Farms of Westminster, Vermont has a solution. When the people can't get to the farm, you bring the farm to the people.
Holton Farms is a family farm in Vermont. It's been in existence since the 1700s, farmed continuously by members of the Holton family.
My cousin and I decided we wanted to kind of move a little bit away from wholesale, go into New York City and start selling directly to consumers.
He told me about his ambitions and his passions for the farm business and to create a business which took fresh food from our farm and from other local farms in the food shed around New York and bringing it to New York and making it affordable and available to people in the city.
Part of the mission of the farm is to provide fresh, organic produce to people that otherwise wouldn't be able to afford it. What we've been doing is, taking our vegetables from the farm here in Westminster, and we offer our customers fresh produce from the farm. Why should some people be able to eat organic food and other people not be able to eat organic food? Like, why is there such a price difference when you look at commercially raised produce versus organic raised food? Through the support of the CSA memberships and the members themselves, we bring the produce into the city and offer it at a discounted rate to people that otherwise wouldn't be able to afford it.
We started with a little pilot CSA last year with had 35 members. This now has 350 members and is reaching 25 different kind of areas and neighborhoods throughout the city, including Brooklyn, Queens, Upper Manhattan, and the rest of Manhattan.
I think just making the difference of seeing people like who say, wow, your stuff is, really cheap, or wow, this stuff is some of the most beautiful produce I've ever seen, or that tastes so wonderful. That really kind of makes the job and the long hours that we work really worth it.
The hours are really grueling. It's a startup, and on top of that, it's a vegetable business. So vegetable businesses in general are just very early in the morning and they go late at night, and you have a very small window. The growing season's, anywhere from 4 to 6 months. So you have to get a whole year's worth of kind of commerce in a 6-month period. So it's crazy to begin with. Most people are up sometime between 4:30 in the morning and 6:30, I'd say. The farm gets started around 5:36. There's 30 people up in Vermont working there. The guys on the truck start anywhere from 6 to 8 in the morning, depending on what the truck schedule is going to be for the day.
The benefit of having a food truck or a food stand is you're not paying rent, and in Manhattan, rent can be astronomical, especially further downtown. So that's the benefit of having a mobile vehicle, is you're really only paying for the license or possibly for the spot.
Adding New York City and distribution and a moving mobile farm stand truck that nobody's done before, so there's no precedent for it. None of us have had any training. It's kind of just go as you learn as you go. So it adds a whole level of complexity.
I think the most exciting aspect of it for me is just the reaction that we get from everybody, and just I really feel like I'm making a difference, not only in people's lives, but in certain communities where they don't necessarily have fresh produce or good food, or really even access to that, maybe possibly can't afford that.
It's amazing the reactions of New Yorkers to seeing.
Just being able to interact with consumers on a day-to-day basis is something that's really interesting and exciting to us.
It's really been a great education for myself, learning about food and nutrition and helping people get access to foods that don't necessarily have the access.
If you ask me what I would love to see happening with Holton Farms over time, it's that we have a good solid distribution network in New York, a very effective logistics network that supports not only our own farm, but other local small farmers in the food shed, bringing these amazing foods down to New York.
In the future, we'd like to basically be able to provide for everybody and have a big enough crew where we really can, make a meaningful presence in New York City.
It's a mission. It's kind of, there's a lot of growing pains, there's a lot of learning, but the people have been great, and that's really, why everybody works so hard and why we love doing this.
Every day, Holton Farms keeps trucking along, bringing fresh local produce to its many neighborhood stops, allowing members of the community to enjoy healthy food right at their doorstep or street corner.
Roberta's makes all their pizza from scratch. How about we go and check what they're all about?
Hi, Dylan. Nice to meet you.
Angela, welcome to Roberta's.
I'm ready.
All right. Gonna make some pizza?
Sounds good. So daily, do you make your sauces and your dough fresh?
Every single morning we make our dough fresh, our sauce, and our cheese, our mozzarella.
Right.
A lot of places make their mozzarella fresh, but we do that every single morning. You want your crust to be nice and thick, right?
Right.
So what you want to do is just lay out in the center. Just lay it down. Look how big your pizza is already.
Yeah.
Just from doing that. Our cheese comes from a mozzarella curd. We heat up that curd and then we mix it with salt and hot water.
So what time do you have to start preparing all this?
About 5 in the morning. Yeah,
5 in
we
the
have
morning?
guys here at 5 in the morning preparing everything for the rest of the day. Look at that. Dude.
It's yours, and here's mine.
Oh my God. This is something else. I'm here in the Natural Gourmet Institute in Chelsea, and I'm going to learn how to make some sushi and miso soup. So what are your goals at the Natural Gourmet Institute?
Well, the school is devoted to health supportive cooking, and
one of the ways we do that is we concentrate on what we call whole foods, foods that have all of their edible parts intact.
And why do you use organic food?
Organic food is, by our standard, the highest quality. It is the closest to whole. It hasn't been subjected to any genetic modification. It hasn't been irradiated. And that's what we try to impart to our students, is using the highest quality food in its most whole form.
So do you use it for health purposes and taste purposes?
Both, yes. We believe, I don't know if you can scientifically prove that organic food tastes better.
Yeah.
I feel like it does.
Yes.
Ready to go? Let's go in. Right here. Here's the kitchen.
This sushi is really good, and now I know how to make it. I'm gonna definitely try it at home. If you're near Gramercy Park and you need a snack to go, then come to One Lucky Duck. So what are your main goals at One Lucky Duck Juice Bar?
Well, at One Lucky Duck, we strive to provide our customers with fresh organic juices and raw and vegan food.
And so you make everything fresh daily?
Yes, everything is fresh daily. Everything is handmade in small batches on our premises.
How about we try a smoothie now?
All right, sounds good.
That's a cool color.
So we also make raw ice cream. It's amazing. It's made out of coconut meat, cashews, agave, a little Himalayan crystal sea salt, and that's it. There's no soy, there's no dairy, it's completely raw. It's delicious.
So what's in this?
That is our portobello and hemp seed burgers.
All right, let's give this a try. Well, this was definitely different. It was healthy, it was interesting, and at the end of the day, I'll be back. Hi, I'm here in Central Park, and I'm hungry for a snack. So I'm gonna check out Good To Go Organics, where they have grass-fed beef and organic hot dogs. Let's check it out. So, how'd you get the idea to open an organic food stand in Central Park?
So that's a great question. So the idea behind and the genesis behind Good To Go Organics is the idea of bringing quality food to the streets of Manhattan, and in this case, to the streets of Central Park. The only take on it is that we serve organic hot dogs, organic sausages, and all the meat that we serve is grass-fed and all natural.
So no funny stuff.
That's right, there's just no funny stuff. It's all meat, all chicken, all turkey, all beef, stuff that you want to eat that tastes great, and let's go over and try one.
All right.
This is a real hot dog in a hot dog bun, and this is other sausage and whole wheat pita bread, Azuri pita bread.
Wow, smells great.
Thank you.
When you want a quick, healthy snack in New York City, go to Good To Go Organics. They have grass-fed beef and an organic hot dog. They have 2 locations in Central Park and 1 opening up in Chelsea Piers. I'm definitely going again. I'm in Central Park, one of my favorite places to play catch. I'm gonna try to find some good, healthy restaurants in the park. Here you can get a quick, healthy bite after a ball game. Hi.
Hey, how are you?
I'm Dylan.
Hey, I'm Mike. Nice to meet you, Dylan.
I just came from playing ball and I heard there's some healthy options here.
Well, there are. We have organic pizza. We have a really good chopped salad with fruit and feta. We do an excellent grilled chicken Caesar. We have lots of stuff.
And are people happy with the healthier food?
I think so. I mean, I think people are more aware now of healthy food. They're finding that they have local farmers markets where they live, and they bring that awareness even when they're coming to visit New York.
So could I take a look around the kitchen?
Yeah, come on around back. And it's a traditional Caesar dressing, fresh grated Parmesan, croutons. Then we grill chicken. That's boneless breast that's been marinated with just a little bit of fresh rosemary and tarragon. Then it's grilled and it's served on top.
This salad was great. It was truly a home run. Out of all of the reviews I've done so far, this is the one I've been looking forward to the most. Dessert. Van Leeuwen ice cream is made from hormone-free milk and flavors from all over the world. How'd you get started with the dessert business?
I wanted to work in food. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I was really attracted to artisanal producers and old-fashioned ways of doing things. I had an idea one day to take this awesome business model and sort of jazz it up with incredible ice cream, a new look, a more open look. We make a very special product. We only use fresh whole milk, fresh cream, cane sugar, and egg yolks. All of our flavors they sound really simple, but they actually are exotic. So, for example, for chocolate, we use Michel Cluzel chocolate, and they source the cacao from 5 very small plantations all over the world. The pistachio is another signature flavor. These pistachios grow only in Bronte, Sicily, and nowhere else in the world. Okay, so we've got the Sicilian pistachio and the Michel Cluzel chocolate.
I could eat this all day.
I'm here at Tavern on the Green where I heard about a great food truck called Ladle of Love. I heard they have some of the best soups in New York City. Come check it out. So what influenced you to open up Ladle of Love?
About 8 or 9 years ago, when I was an editor at a magazine here in New York City, a member of my family became very ill, and I would make soups and stews to nourish my ill family member. People would start asking me if they could buy the soups and stews, and from that, Ladle of Love was born. We make everything from scratch. We make all our stocks from scratch. It's all about love of community and love of authentic food and love of sourcing things locally, and I think you can taste the love. So Dylan, come see our Soup on Wheels restaurant. So I'm encouraging you to try all of them, the Harvest Celebration and the chicken and dumpling, the tomato bisque, and the shrimp and corn chowder.
Ladle of Love's chicken dumpling soup is by far the best soup I've ever had. The dumplings are made fresh every day, and the chicken is all natural. Not only is it healthy, but it's full of love, and most importantly, delicious. I definitely recommend you to come and try Ladle of Love.